Hello, today I'm going to be talking about the future of the Libertarian Party and what I think the difference between a politician and a political theorist is. Now, first we have to define those two terms. They're not going to be dictionary definitions. I'm going to use these definitions just as markers for belief. So a politician, I think, should be at state and local level. They decide what is right and wrong. With the issue of abortion, they would say abortion is morally right or morally permissible. So they'd be either pro-choice or anti-abortion. So a political theorist, on the other hand, I think should be raised to federal level. And their main job is to take beliefs that already exist. They don't create new ones or they don't force their own on, but they take the beliefs that people already believe and they organize it so that nobody from the state and local level can gain an advantage through misusing the power of the federal government. And this is what I think federal officials should do. One of the main jobs of the federal government originally was to regulate trade between states and to resolve conflicts between states as well. And this has also a historical example when you look at Malcolm X and the Deep South. Martin Luther King Jr., as I stated in a previous video, was trying to base a political goal on a social reform that had not been in place. And this is why I like Malcolm X more. Because he believed not that blacks should continue living under a white society, but that blacks should create their own society. And he started talking about a black nation, which I disagree with because I believe that these two communities, if you set it up right, could coexist under the same nation, but they could decide on communal matters together. And this is what I think we needed. Instead of having forced reform, coerced integration, we should have had a person who was smart enough to organize it in a way that neither party could gain an advantage over one another, but each had the ability to create his own community and to create responsibility in that way. So now I get to the Libertarian Party and how they should present themselves today. Many people look at the Libertarian Party and they think they're crazy. Okay, they look at the free market. The free market is held up as some sort of idea or ideal in libertarian circles, where it is not. If you leave the free market to itself, it often becomes a way for the most powerful to become more and more powerful, because people gain money, they pass it on to their children, certain people are left out. As time moves on, more and more people left out. And so I don't think that the free market can exist by its own without people regulating it. I don't believe in that sort of idealistic system. So what the Libertarian Party should instead do, instead of praising the free market, what they should do is say, at the federal level, we're going to say, leave it to the states, leave it to the local governments when it is not of national importance. And here's what's important. This is what they need to stress if they're going to be successful. They need to say, we're going to leave it to you guys. So you, if you're California, if you're really liberal part of California, San Francisco or something, you can create a liberal utopia. You can decide for yourselves what kind of government you want to have. There's going to be a few restrictions that are placed over all communities, but that's the basis. If you're a conservative state, we're not going to force Obamacare on you, okay? We're not going to force what we believe is good on you. We're not going to force gun control on you. We're not going to force all these other things on you. You can decide for yourselves. This is what the Libertarian Party on the federal level should be about. It should be, you guys decide for yourselves. We're going to stay out of it, okay? We're going to stay out of it as much as possible. And this is what I think would be a more successful approach than, well, I think that the free market is good by itself, and that if we just let it go, got the government out of the free market, then it'd be perfect. No, there'd still be regulation on the state and local level, and there'd be some on the federal level as well. We won't get rid of environmental regulations and stuff like that, but communal social problems would be handled at a local level, and this is what they need to run on. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you guys in, I don't know, a couple weeks, a month, whatever. So see ya.